to Fightzone TV. So, on the eve of your big fight tomorrow at the Sports Arena, how are you feeling?
Well, feeling great, ready to rock and roll for tomorrow night.
Training gone well?
Yeah, it's gone excellent. Good. You know, everyone says every time they fight, training's gone good, but yeah, it's gone good. I've been away, sparring and training and picking up the good experience to put a good performance on what I've been doing in the gym and ready to showcase my skills.
So when you say you're training, sort of who have you been training with? Who's your trainer? Have you gone away to other gyms to spar sort of guys at your weight?
Yeah, I trained with Richard Towers and we've been training together for a few years now, but I've known Richard a long time. And we just spar with him and stuff when he used to fight. But when I'm sparring, I go away all over the place, to be honest. But recently I spent last month over at Peter Fury sparring with Hughie Fury and a few other heavyweights down there. So I've been sparring and training over there, and Richard's been coming back and forth, and so that's what's picking up the experience and getting them good rounds in and getting that good sparring in.
So while you're over at Congleton, sort of sparring Hughie Fury, did you spend much time in the company of Peter Fury?
Yeah, every day pretty much for the last month sparring, and obviously he's supervising the sparring and stuff, and then when I'm training, he'll always pick pointers out and always give me advice and stuff. So, you know, his boxing, you're gonna be like a sponge, and to be the best, I think I just soak up everything what, you know, with the good trainers and good coaches. You've got to pick up and learn and soak it all up like a sponge, you know. Definitely.
So you said some very interesting things there, sort of like pick up things, sort of act as a sponge, sort of potentially try things out, see if they work type thing. So if you could talk us through sort of like your average week as a professional boxer. We'll start with the boxing side and then we'll move on to obviously the away from boxing.
Yeah.
A lot of people sort of just think boxers just go to the gym, spar, work on the bag. So besides the boxing, so your average day, what time do you get up?
I get up in the morning probably, I do my prayers in the morning and then I get ready for gym. We train at 10 in the morning normally and then 4:30 in the evening. So 10 till about 12:30, I'll go home, have my lunch, rest, get about hour in, half an hour, have a little sleep, have a little nap and then back in the gym for 4:30. But it depends when we're sparring, it changes. Sometimes we spar in the morning, sometimes we spar in the evenings. But if I'm away sparring other camps, I've sparred with Hughie, I've been over sparred with Joseph Parker before in a different camp, so I'll just go along with the flow, to be honest. But generally, in our gym, we train about 10. I love my breakfast, train at 10, and then train at 4:30 again. But that mixes some running. No, if we run, we don't at the night time normally, in the evenings. But the morning we do bag work, strength and conditioning. So all mixed, you know, there's nothing regimented, but just disciplined enough to turn up. And I just turn up and listen to my coach, and that's what I do.
Yeah, because obviously Richard was a former heavyweight, and I'm sure sort of if you sort of like started to tell him how you want to be trained, Richard would rein you in a polite manner, shall we say?
Yeah, me and Richard got a great relationship. You know, as like I said, side boxing, we're brothers, and like, to be honest, one of the reasons I actually turned pro when I was up, Richard was a professional. You know, he was knocking everyone out when he turned pro. And I used to spar with him up at some of his fights. Just, you know, I know fights. I had 2 amateurs when I was younger. And I started sparring with Richard for some of his fights, sparring, and then before you know it, got a chance to turn professional with the late Brendan Ingle, God bless his soul, and with Dominic used to train us as well, and then that's where it all started. So me and Richard have always had that relationship of training, and then when he used to fight, I go over sparring with him, and then from there he's been training me. Now the knowledge what he's got, he's passing it down to me, and it's working good, as you can see. I'm improving each fight, and that's what, bit by bit, that's what it's about, improving and getting better and better.
You made reference, obviously, Joseph Parker. So what did you pick up from Joseph? Obviously, he has boxed at the very highest level,
yeah,
the most marketable division in professional boxing. So tell us about Joseph Parker.
Yeah, Joseph Parker's a good fighter. You know, I built a good relationship with him. I was sparring with him for the Chisora fight, the one previous to that as well. And see, I spar with all the heavyweights, but every heavyweight brings, every fighter, that top 10 in the world, I said they all bring a different, you know, they've all got their strengths and weaknesses. But as for Parker, I'd say he's a bit like myself. He's got fast stance for a big man, and but he's got good amateur pedigree as well. You know, I think about 50, 60 amateur fights or whatnot. But more than he has his experience, and he's got fast hands, I'd say, definitely.
So we know all about Kash Ali, the boxer. Tell us a little bit about Kash Ali, sort of the normal man on the street. So away from boxing, what sort of like interests and hobbies have you, and which is sort of like a good turn off from boxing where you can just put boxing to one side and sort of just like be not a professional sportsman, but just like an average Joe? Is this what are your passions?
You know what, to be honest, these last few years, well, I turned pro when I was very young, you know, like I said, I didn't have the amateur pedigree or nothing, but to be honest, since I've been boxing, this is all I do, this is my life, I dedicate myself to this, that's why, you know, I believe I will go with to the top. But generally, I just, you know what, to be honest, even after each fight, I have a few days off, I'm back in the gym, so sounds like I've got no social life, but no, I have no, I do, I spend time, I got family, I got friends, go out for a meal, you know, that's what it is, just spending good time with family, really, just going out, eating at home or eating out. To me, that's what makes it. It's the environment you're in and positive vibes around, good positive people.
So obviously, you know, I've met your brothers, so I know what they're like. So are your brothers and obviously your parents very supportive of your boxing endeavours? Yeah,
the reason I got into it was for my late father who passed away 3-4 years ago. But he started me off. You know, he used to box and he was into his martial arts and whatnot. And you know, we built summer, and obviously he passed away in 2018, and he did my corner for the central title what I won in Birmingham, and he did my corner for that, but he passed away a few months after that. But yeah, me and my dad, we were best friends, you know. He's left, I will finish the legacy. He left his legacy, but I'll continue doing what we started off with. And you know, it's been a difficult road, to be honest, but I've got a good family with me. I've got my friends, got my cousins, I've got my family, you know, in the gym. You know, with the kids we train with, we're all one family, so we bounce off one another.
So obviously the fight's tomorrow, you weighed in sort of this afternoon, sort of you've probably seen your opponent for the first time, or have you come across Reece in the past?
Yeah, I don't really know much of him, but he's from local Halifax, and I think I've been to one of his gyms. He sparred one of the kids he used to train with a few years ago, Halifax, so Josh Sandland. I'm sure he trained with him. But no, I've not sparred, I've not seen much of him, to be honest, but with me, I just train and then just turn up, and I'll do the job tomorrow night, what I'm supposed to do.
So in the meantime, between now and obviously fight night tomorrow, sort of, what do you get up to?
Just chill, really. Just chill. Not see what I've been doing in training camp. Just relax, enjoy myself. But like I said, the last week of the fight week, you seem to recover, rest. 'Cause training camps is difficult. You step it up, your body needs a rest. So the last few days, just taking over, really, keeping sharp, keeping loose, and just resting. You know, I've been in the hotel, just resting, just eating, resting, and eating, and recovering. And tomorrow I'll be fueled up. I'll be like a hungry lion, ready to go.
So, obviously, in any sport or any field, you only look at sort of what's in front of you.
Yeah.
I would imagine you've got, obviously, ideas and aspirations, sort of like, hopefully this fight tomorrow will go well for you. And how do you see, sort of, in the next year to 18 months, your career progressing?
Yeah, like yes, tomorrow is my first. That's the only thing I'm focused on is tomorrow. But obviously, I've got big goals and big ambitions. What I believe I'll reach the pinnacle of the sport. And that's the heavyweight championships. I've sparred the guys, and I think in the next 12 months to 18 months, I'll be not just challenging them. I believe I'll beat them. I'll beat the guys who at the time, whoever's got the world championships, I believe I will beat them, whoever that is. And like I said, I'm probably a bit under the radar because I didn't have that massive amateur pedigree, or obviously now with Fightzone, people are recognising me boxing on a good platform. But if you're not, that's the problem. If you're not getting pushed, and if you've not got a TV platform, you might as well not box. Because nobody knows. If nobody knows you, nobody's interested in watching you, and then if nobody's interested in watching you, you're not going to get the fights. And it's as simple as that, really.
You're in a very privileged position, having the likes of Dennis Hobson, obviously, back in your career. Dennis Hobson, who needs no introduction, really. Obviously, he took Clinton Woods, for example, to a world championship where not many boxing promoters were really interested in Clinton Woods, and Dennis got him to box on the biggest stage. So, do you see somebody like Dennis, who has got sort of pedigree to deliver, can deliver for you?
Yeah, 100%. You know, Dennis he's had champions from, like I said, from Central, English, British, Commonwealth, European, world, international champions to world level fighters. And Dennis he's proven it, and so he's done it time and time again. And I'm confident he'll do the same with me. I'll do what I do. The promoters and managers, they'll do what they do. And we've got a very good team, and I believe it's gonna go far with the team what we got.
You've hit on a really good thing there, the fact that boxers are there to box, and you've obviously made the comment that sort of, you have every faith in Dennis. Do you think that sort of like occasionally sort of people look past their actual role and sort of like run before they can walk in terms of their career?
Yeah, that's the thing with boxing. I think in boxing, if you're not got you need a good few trustworthy people around you who can trust with your life, because the fighter puts his life on the line. And you got to know how to build a fighter up. You can't just put a fighter in his first fight against, I don't know, I'm just saying, a guy who's had 20 fights. You have to, this is boxing. But if you've got good people around you, like I said, they know what they're doing. And sometimes their fighters, they can get ahead of themselves. But it's the coaches and the promoters, managers and promoters to do the rest of that. So it goes both ways, doesn't it? It goes both ways. But like I said, if you get on and you've got a good team, it's only a bonus, isn't it?
Okay then, it's been an absolute pleasure to interview you. I'd just like to state that Fightzone TV the subscription is free for the next 3 months. We'd encourage as many people to sign up as possible. And for those who are currently paying $4.99, this is being reduced down to $1.99. Kash, thank you for your time. All the very best for tomorrow and for hopefully those big fights that you're going to get in the very near future.
Yes, thank you.
Fightzone.